Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I am Felris, sailing the seas of Raid Shadow Legends today. Guys, I'm so sorry if my voice sounds a little bit funny today. I have a sore throat. We are going to be doing another showcase for Tholen, but that's not the topic of today's video. But keep an eye out for that in the future, just because now I have him awakened, and we're going to see what exactly he can do. Today's video is going to be about a free champion that everybody can get, and that's going to be Visix the Unbowed. Apparently, well, her gloves don't need to be fully upgraded. That's okay. Visix is a very interesting champion. On her A1, she has a double hit. Each has an 80% boost to 100% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter, and then she'll boost her own turn meter, so she'll turn meter steal. Her A2 has an AoE decrease speed and an AoE ally protection. Her A3 has an AoE provoke and a shield on herself. One thing to keep in mind, both with the shield and the ally protection, this is a defense-based champion, and she's actually a little bit squishy for a defense-based champion. So you're going to really want to prioritize her tanky stats just so that she gets a decent shield and a decent chance at surviving the ally protection, although this shield is nothing crazy. For a blessing, we have her awakened with Brimstone. Because of her AoEs and her double hit A1, Brimstone is a great option. More chances of proccing, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, she is a beast for Hydra. You want to know a secret? You can get Corrado for free, as well as Fane, Ugo, and Vergus right now. Here's exactly how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play and uninstall. Use the link in the description below to start a brand new Raid Shadow Legends account. Log in, complete the tutorial, and you'll find Corrado Fox Hunter in your inbox afterwards. As you level up, you'll also get Fane, Ugo, and Vergus. So don't wait. Use that link and start a brand new account right now. Don't have any masteries in today's showcase, but obviously she is a beast for Hydra. She can be your provoker. It is on a 3-turn cooldown fully booked, as well as your decreased speed champ and your protector. The turn meter decrease isn't great for Hydra, but you know, it's a double hitting A1. Mostly she's going to be there to protect your team, put out a decreased speed, and be a phenomenal provoker. We don't have an equipped relic for her. Some good ideas though. You could go with Journal of Necrotos to boost her A1 a little bit. I would go with like a Gilded Dragonstone personally, or a Black Shroud fan. I believe Black Shroud fan decreases damage received from ally protection. So I would go with like either Gilded Dragonstone or a Black Shroud fan. Now, your Visix can do damage, not in the build we have her in today, but she can do damage, so the Irethi Coronet here might be a good option as well, since she has so many debuffs in her kit. But mostly she's going to be a great support, so let's take a look at her stats here. She's coming in with 43k HP, 2.7k defense, as I said, bit on the squishier side, 250 speed, a bit on the slow side for a support, with 360 accuracy. Not a PvP, champion. This is mostly built for PvE. Now, because she is free and you get her relatively early, you're probably going to want to use her to farm some dungeons. So let's go ahead and build a dragon team, around our Visix the Unbowed. Now, Visix is going to be good. I believe the boss is immune to decreased speed and turn meter reduction, so she's not going to be as good, but what she's really going to shine doing is provoking the waves. Now, if you missed the Armand's fusion, or if you don't have an Armand's, this could be really good. Let's go with like a free squad here. Mithrala can do some good work. Let's see, we can go with, Tholen. A lot of people have been saying Tholen can do similar damage to Thor, so I don't have my Tholen built right now, so we'll just use Thor in his place. Or you know what? Yakarl is also a free champ. Let's use Yakarl instead. Not sure how good his build is right now, but we're gonna go ahead and use him. And then why don't we use another accessible healer champ like Rector Droth? Free and or accessible champions here. Visix is going to be doing most of the work, provoking the waves for us tonight, or whenever you're seeing this, I suppose. Here we go. We're going to go in. We've got Lydia doing the drop defense in the weekend. We've got the Hex put out there. We've got the Veils from Rector. And then we've got that decreased speed, right? Yakarl just going to throw down the nukes today. Visix is going to provoke everybody. We'll see. Yeah, okay, so we've got crowd control there from Yakarl as well. This could very well be a Yakarl showcase. I like Yakarl. I think he's very good. Don't have him in optimal gear or anything right now, and he still hits like an absolute truck. So there we go. Let's see. Yeah. So Visix is going to go in there, and I think she's really going to shine a lot more on Fire Knight. You can definitely use her if you need her for crowd controlling in Dragon, but I think she's going to shine on Fire Knight and or Ice Golem. We're going to go ahead and run her in both of those areas in today's video. There we go. We've got that decreased speed down again. All good stuff. A1 Fear there from Lydia is quite nice. Now let's see. We've got Carl going in with that A1. We've got provokes on everybody now. So now I think we'll be able to see her actual potential of being a crowd control champ shine. You know, if you can't kill off all the ways, well, or, you know, your Carl can freeze everybody again. That works too. That works too. Basically, having multiple levels of crowd control is really going to make your champs work very well. As you can see, we're going to clear this without really any problem. She is a wave champ, so there is that. I don't know, you know, what the benefit would be of showing her in Hydra. I mean, Hydra debuffers are pretty straightforward. You don't really have to do a damage test or anything. It's pretty much just figuring out which debuffers are going to go in your team. So I'm not sure what the benefit necessarily would be of doing a damage test in Hydra, especially since she's not in a damage build. You want her fast and you want her accurate in order to land the provokes and decrease speed as quickly as possible. So, you know, she can do damage, but I don't think that's necessarily her strong suit here. She will, with Mithrala, give us a up to 75% damage mitigation. That's going to be super cool. So for those of you who don't know, an ally protection buff gives 50% damage mitigation. A strengthened buff gives us another 25% damage mitigation. So theoretically speaking, with Mithrala's A3 and Visix A2, we can get a total of 75% damage negation. Plus, we're getting shields as well. So this team and this combo really makes your Dragon team far more survivable. Again, this is all with free champs. Got Lydia. Get her from regular Faction Wars. Carl is available in the clan shop. Mithrala is available for Hydra. Rector Droth is an epic, available from many download links, so you probably have her. And Visix is, of course, a free login champion. Recently got a buff, or, you know, got a buff like a year ago or something along those lines, which is kind of cool as well. As far as masters go, I would definitely recommend picking up War Master. There's the Brimstone from Visix, which is great. Picking up War Master to really help, as well as Methodical to help increase the damage of that A1 ability. Yeah, but definitely pick up War Master or Eagle Eye if you plan on using her in PvP, which I don't recommend. But if you do, she's not horrible. Definitely pick up Eagle Eye in that case, because that will give you extra accuracy for arena. But I think generally the best PvE build is going to include War Master. We're going to clear this no problem. But she's really going to shine a lot more against bosses like the Hydra that can be debuffed by her. The Dragon can't be debuffed by her. And also bosses who can have their turn meter decreased as well. So that's where she's really going to shine a lot more. And there we go, Mithrala giving us the kill there. Let's go ahead and throw her into an Ice Golem team. I want to show her off in Fire Knight as well, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to put her in an Ice Golem team because, and we're gonna use her with Mithrala once again, because I think that that damage mitigation is going to really shine again. Now, when I was going through Ice Golem, I used Korugar Deathbell, but if you can use two free champions, that would, you know, be awesome. Let's go ahead. We can poison down the Ice Golem, so I'm going to go ahead and use Corvus. I want to use Badel Khazar as well, because he's going to give us some healing. Previous testing has determined that these guys that Badel is the best healer. You can really use any poisoner or burn in place of these guys. We're just trying to figure out how we can best utilize Miss Visix there. I'm going to also take an ally attacker. I don't have Mikage, otherwise I'd use her. Keep in mind that really any ally attack champ will work in this spot. So your Mikage is free, right? I'm going to use Grand Oak Padre just because I don't have another non-void ally attacker built out. But keep in mind, your Farrakhan the Fat will work. Any ally attacker will work in Padre's spot. Not going to be super crucial which one you use, I wouldn't think. Now, keep in mind that we're in normal mode, so the boss is still vulnerable to poisons. use some poison champs, use some HP burn champs. Because our DPS is poison, this is going to give us a much better chance at making Visix shine. So she's going to slow us down actually on the waves because of her decreased speed, and we could potentially turn that off, turn the A2 off, but we don't need to run an AI preset for this yet. If anybody survives the poisons now, they will be provoked. She is our only form of crowd control. So, and she's got a really good shield on there from Mithrala. Mithrala's shield is better than Visix, so there's not really any redundancy in running the two on your team. I just think, you know, anywhere you happen to be able to use both, do it, because Visix shield isn't great. Wow, with all this poison stuff, you bring a poison activator, honestly, but yeah, the provoke didn't even get a chance to show off. We're going to go ahead and turn meter fill there. Again from the Podrag. Again from Mithrala, also helping us out with poisons as well. There's Corvus. Corvus doing some poisoning. And then everybody is provoked. Now everybody is provoked, so I'm not expecting this. I'm expecting to be able to see. Yeah, either way, provoke is an amazing debuff, especially for Hydra. And oddly enough, Doom Tower secret rooms benefit massively from having provoke, especially when there is no other crowd control champion. You can use your provokers as a form of crowd control. Generally, I think provoke's the worst form of crowd control, but there are places where it is quite good as well, such as Hydra and the Doom Tower secret rooms. You also need to be able to put provoke debuffs out for Faction Wars hard mode, so Visix is going to be a little bit of a cheat code for some of those stages on Faction Wars hard mode. And again, Visix is absolutely free, so you should definitely build her out. Free Void Lego. I mean, free Void Lego. Who would say no to that, right? And then we're just, you know, killing the waves with poisons there. Now, one thing we're going to have to be aware of, and the way the team is constructed, we shouldn't have to be too aware of this, but just to keep it in mind, there we go. We got a decreased speed on the boss, which means we're going to be taking less damage. One thing to keep in mind is the ally attack on this team may mean that we trip that passive of the Ice Golems. We shouldn't, just because the way the AI is. And there we go. We're decreasing turn meter again, boosting her, which means Visix is going to take out more turns, more decreased speed, more ally protection, more provokes for everybody. Massive utility champ, honestly, for Visix the Unbowed here. Massive utility champ. We're gonna kill all those allies with poisons. Hopefully we kill the boss with poisons too. That is the goal. Whether or not that'll happen is a slightly different question, but that is the goal here. We're gonna go in and do the ally protection, all that good stuff. A1 there from Podrag taking out that ally. Loads of continuous heals from Bot Alcazar. We're in absolutely no danger of dying. Now, keep in mind, we also get damage reduction from Corvus. So this is an extremely protective team, right? We've got Visix giving us the ally protection, Mithrala with the shields and the strength, and Bot Alcazar giving us a bunch of healing, and Corvus giving us damage mitigation as well. A super tanky squad like this is the best way to deal with Ice Golem, especially when you're progressing, right? I think Miscreated Monster is a great option. Frozen Banshee could do some work as well, potentially. It just depends on kind of your squad and who you have. But I think you know, Visix is going to be potentially, depending on where you're at when you get her, one of your all-around MVPs. I think she can do a lot of work in restrictive content as well, because she can have so many different things. She really has a lot going on in her kit, right? Oddly enough, her decreased speed ability gives her ally protection. I think that's a bit of a weird combo, but hey, it works. It works, right? We're just going to slowly kill the boss with poisons. There's not really anything. There, we got the provokes. So the provokes on the Ice Golem's minions are kind of interesting because one of them only has a non-hit AoE, and then the other one has just a straight hit on a single target. So it's only going to work on one, but I mean, it is crowd control, right? It is crowd control. So we'll see where it's at here. There we go. We got that turn meter pushback, that turn meter stealing. Again, we're going to have absolutely no problem with this boss given the team that we have. I think Bot-El and Corvus are kind of stealing the show here, but it is what it is. Okay, Visix is dead. We don't have a reviver, which is unfortunate, but we should still be able to clear without the ally protection, assuming that we just poison down the boss fast enough. The minions aren't too much of a problem, I don't think. So here we go. We got that A1 from Mithrala. Hopefully we can kill the boss in the next couple turns. It's really slow here on stage 20, so it's not like we're getting a bunch of activations all over the place. We do have War Master equipped on Grand Oak Podrag as well, which is kind of an interesting way to do it. I like it because of Hydra and Chimera, but you know, it kind of depends. Oh, and we have just absolutely stacked debuffs on the Ice Golem. I think we're a bit over geared for this, to be quite honest. But here we are. We got Grand Oak Project frozen. Totally fine. We've got poisons on the minions. That's good. A Kemptum would be another really good champ to run in this team. He's a Void Epic champion that can spread poison damage, which is kind of cool. And there we go. Boss died by poisons. Problem solved. Now, she's going to do a lot of work in Fire Knight for us because she has a double hitting A1. Double hit A1s are really good, again, for Fire Knight because you have to take down the shield. Also good for turn meter control, right? Again, we're going to use Podreg. Any ally attacking champion will work. I think also Prisma could be pretty fun in here. I'm not going to worry necessarily about making a budget team so much as I am going to be worried about showing off what Visix can kind of do for this boss, because I think she's going to be the best in the dungeons. Let's see. Defense and faction crypts isn't great. I'd rather have some more speed, and I guess we can go with the cat. But again, y'all have been getting Tholen, so we're going to go with Thor. Apparently, most of you guys have apparently been getting damage on Tholen similar to Thor. So I don't know where that's coming from. My damage test of him was underwhelming, but we're gonna run that again. So make sure you stick around this week. We will run that. But you know, since we don't have Tholen built out right now, we're just gonna use Thor in his place. He has better affinity for this, which is something you should keep in mind. Also, Thor has a double hitting A1, which is really good for Fire Knight too. Let's see here. We got that ally protection going up. Really what's going to shine here is going to be the decreased speed and Visix A1. That's going to be what really shines. Yeah, she's our only source of turn meter control, and I want to see if she can keep the boss from making a turn. With all the ally attacks, we actually might be able to do it. I'm not sure we will be able to, but I'm hoping that we can because we have so many ally attacks. There we go. We got a fear. Thor's affinity weakness is really showing here, right? He's our main nuker. We could have gone with Yakarl, but that would have taken away from Visix provokes. So, it kind of is what it is. All right. We are opening with an ally attack, and that should almost immediately break the shield, all right? So we've got a drop defense and a weaken. We've got Thor going in there very nicely. We got Prisma going in as well. Now, oh, you know what? I totally forgot. We have turn meter control from Thor as well. So only A1 turn meter control. I think they have close to the same turn meter control on their A1s, but we will see. We will see. One thing to keep in mind for Fire Knight, if you're struggling, try running Evil Eye on some of your champions. Evil Eye is a mastery that the first A1 will decrease turn meter, and if the turn meter isn't decreased, it'll carry over to the next A1, so you don't have to worry about the shield blocking it, which is kind of cool. Let's see. Yeah, there's the decreased speed. Now, decreased speed is probably the most important Fire Knight debuff. If you have no other debuffs and have a decreased speed, you'll be fine, which will be really good. And now Visix is going to be our source of decreased speed here, because Thor doesn't have any accuracy. Now, the awakening levels, the whatever, that's not very important for this team. They're just kind of extra stats. Awakening levels, in my opinion, just make your champs easier to build and or more OP than they already are. Got that repeating A1 from Thor. There you go. Now, Visix didn't ever take a hit, which is very interesting for that team. I think Visix is a phenomenal champion. Phenomenal champion. If we went into Hydra and just selected brutal, I could just show you that she can just fire off the provoke. It's pretty simple that she just fires off a provoke. I don't know. I don't think, but a lot of you guys are I want to see her in Hydra. So okay, we'll run a couple turns in Hydra. We go in, we drop the weaken, we grab a block debuffs on everybody. We go ahead and metamorph with Calamitous. We go ahead and we go in with the drop defense and the Hex. And then there's the provoke. You always want to open up with the provoke. It's a 3-turn provoke, which is really good. We've got Thor putting in some work there. Ally attack, and then we will see. The thing is with this team, you want Thor's decreased speed over Visix because he's got the Nature's Wrath, so he'll do more damage. And it is really hot where I am, so I don't know. Is her value decreased if you run her alongside Thor? That is a question for the ages. But, she can be your very competent provoker for Hydra, very competent protector for Hydra. So definitely something that you should keep in mind when you're building your Visix. Do you want to go with a slow nuker Visix, or do you want all the support that Visix has to offer? I think the support is personally better. So we're running moderately okay. We missed a couple debuffs, right? There's the decreased speed. one advantage of running Visix for her decreased speed over Thor is that you can build her with accuracy, whereas Thor doesn't want the accuracy as much. So let's go ahead and free regroup that. Hopefully that gave you some idea of what she can do. Obviously, the faster the better in Hydra. More decreased speed, more provoke, all that kind of good stuff. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are on Visix the Unbowed in the comments below. I know support builds are a lot harder to show off than builds, but if you made it to the end of the video, congratulations. I've been Felris, sailing the seas of Raid Shadow Legends, and I'll see you in another video.